By the power of Grayskull. What the?
Sorry.
It's a Toy Night Show with Sammy G. It's Sammy G. Thank you. Welcome back to the Toy Night Show. I am your host, Sammy G. And tonight, on this episode of the Toy Night Show, we're going to dive into one of the latest figures from the latest wave of the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection. And that is, of course, one of my favorite characters from the cartoon, Orko. So we've seen Orko in the Origins line, and now we get him in the cartoon collection. I gotta tell you, I really like collecting for the cartoon collection. I've got quite a few of them up there. Of course, I've got a couple other figures sitting in there, but I love the fact that they came out with the Prince Adam and Cringer figure. That was fantastic. Also from the previous wave, maybe it was a wave or two before, but the Invisible Skeletor, I think, is one of my favorite figures out of the whole line. So. But before we do that, take a look at this. Hi, I'm Sammy G. You might remember me from such films as... No, wait a minute, that's Troy McClure. But I am Sammy G, here to tell you about a great place in San Antonio, Texas called This Takes Me Back. Now, This Takes Me Back specializes in pop culture, retro, and vintage memorabilia. You'll be sure to find some really great items there. If you don't believe me, take it from someone who has a deep connection to San Antonio.
Today's secret word is fun.
Let's try it out.
For some amazing collectibles, come to This Takes Me Back in San Antonio. You'll have fun.
I meant to do that.
This Takes Me Back, 6151 Northwest Loop 410, number 302, San Antonio, Texas. Don't forget, booth L4. Tell them Sammy G sent you.
Not Large Marge.
Not Large Marge, Sammy G. This takes me back. It'll take you back in time. Ain't that right, Doc?
Great Scott, Sammy G.
We'll see you there. Thank you, and we're back on the Tonight Show, and here I have the Orko from the cartoon collection, and I also have the Origins Orko, so a lot of similarities, minor differences, in my opinion, just based off of what I've seen in the package here. So let's go ahead and open him up, see what is happening, and see if he's if he's a great figure. Of course, this card is unpunched, so it's kind of hard to tear this open. But again, I'm not a mint-on card collector, so we're just gonna pop this guy wide open here. You always got to be careful. You don't want to rip that comic in the back there. So we'll just be careful when we're opening this guy up.
4 hours later.
Growing up, I didn't have He-Man. He-Man wasn't something that I was into. I had a lot of Star Wars as a kid. Then we got into G.I. Joe. I didn't really have He-Man. However, cousin did. And he had a ton of He-Man, and I loved going over to his house and playing with the He-Man that he had. And of course, there it is, right on that edge. Hopefully we don't tear it. Got a little bit of tear there on the comic book, so that is what it is. But anyways, yeah, my cousin had a ton of He-Man, so that's how, other than watching the cartoon, that's how I had my fix, or my He-Man fix, when I was a kid. So toss that over there. So he had everything. He had Castle Grayskull. He had Snake Mountain. He had a ton of He-Man figures. So a little flight stand for Orko. Okay. So we'll look at some similarities here. We'll park them over here to the next one. Get them posed out here. And let's take a look to see. There's the comic cartoon collection on the back. Still waiting for Grizzlor and Fangman. I think those are coming via Blast from the Past LLC, or as I like to call it, Frank's House distribution. So yeah, so here's the comic book, Future Tense. So it talks about the future in the year 2000, right? If you know, you know. Shout out Conan O'Brien. Do you want it to be story time? I didn't think so. So we won't. If you want to read it, pick yourself up a copy at your local Target, Walmart, Frank's House distribution. But let's dive into the figure. So here is Orko. The hat itself does move around quite a bit. Kind of goes backwards, forwards. Head spinning around, almost a la Regan from The Exorcist. There. Oh man, this creepy. I lost him. There it is. There's his head. I thought it. I got possessed on me there, but yeah, looks pretty much like Orko, the comic relief of the show. A little bit smaller than the Origins figure, but very. I mean, not a lot of differences in regards to the Origins version and the cartoon. I do like the fact that he is a little bit smaller, so that's kind of cool. But Orko in and of itself is actually a pretty solid figure. So we also have, and there you have it, another different look for Orko there. So and you go back and watch the cartoons. It's been a long time. Cartoon is what? He's 40 years old. There we go. So let's pop little Orko back into place like he was originally. And you know, pretty basic figure. You're not going to get a ton of you're not going to get much out of it. It is just a basic Orko figure. Exactly what you would expect from Orko. Let me get the grease. Oh, there it goes. It popped on. There we go. Now he's super loose. So it is what it is. It is what it is on this figure. So, and yeah, so that'll do it for this episode of the Tonight Show. Let me know down in the comments. Are you picking up the cartoon collection? Is it something that you collect? Are you excited about the Orko figure? Pretty cool. So that'll do it for the Tonight Show. We'll see you on the next one.